Today we are going to talk about some common signs of back pain in a horse. It's so important to learn to recognize if something is not right with your horse. Horses show discomfort in many different ways, and sometimes it's quite difficult to identify if there is a problem, and especially what the problem is. As an animal physiotherapist, I work with horses that have back pain a lot, and also as a horse trainer, and also my own horses definitely have had some issues. And what's the most important thing is if you think that something is not right with your horse, always consult your vet first. As I said, today let's talk about some common signs and symptoms of back pain. Now, these symptoms could also be signs of other things, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it's because of back pain, but it could be a number of issues. So that's why it's essential that you work with your vet if you suspect there's a problem. Okay. But some of the most common signs of back pain in a horse. First, if we talk about behavioral changes, some of the most common signs and symptoms is that the horse doesn't want to move forward when being ridden, so might stop or might maybe buck. Bucking is a very common symptom of back pain, but it doesn't mean that it's always back pain if the horse bucks. It could be many other things. Also, what's very common is resistance when tacking up. So especially putting the saddle on, the horse might maybe try to bite or kick or swish its tail or pin their ears or anything like that. And it could also be just like a change in attitude. So if the horse becomes maybe a little bit depressed or irritable or more aggressive, that could also be a sign that something is not right. Then if we talk about performance issues, it could be just a decline in performance, so the horse doesn't maybe feel quite right, maybe has lost some cadence in the movement. She wants treats. Might feel stiff and maybe has lost some suppleness in the movement. Now, difficulties in canter is very common sign of back pain. So the horse maybe doesn't want to pick up canter, doesn't want to stay in canter, or goes disunited in canter, or maybe doesn't want to pick up the other canter but picks up the other one just fine. And it could also be that the horse might be a little bit irregular in the gait. Also, a common symptom is that the horse might not want to jump, so might refuse jumping, or there could be other problems when jumping the horse. Now, there could also be postural changes, so the horse might... Is this so boring to you? She's bored. So the horse might be standing with like a very hollow back, or also it could be that the horse is standing with like a very hunched back. And also tail position can tell a lot of things. So if the horse is like holding the tail very stiff and clamped down, that could also be a sign of back pain or some other kind of discomfort. Also, when you're grooming, there might be sensitivity and the horse might react when you're brushing or touching certain areas. And also soreness and pain response when you are palpating the horse's back. So it's very important to learn to feel your horse's back, how it feels normally, how the horse reacts, if there is tension, if there is any signs of pain. So definitely palpate your horse's back in a regular manner. And actually I am preparing a course on this where I teach how to palpate the back, and also I teach many exercises that you can do on the ground, and also some massage techniques to keep your horse's back as healthy as possible. Of course, if your horse already has some kind of diagnosis or you suspect that something is wrong, then of course always consult your vet first. Many of these things that are in the course are very suitable, but it's always better to check with your team of professionals before starting anything new. So we will be talking a lot more of back pain and also horses' health in future videos. So I'll see you then. Bye!